Hey everyone, guess who's back? It's Kamish, back here with weekly previews again, this time in Dynasty, week 4. Let's just get right into it. So right away I got myself, Agent Steel 1 and 2, taking on Brian 1 and 2, Cobra Kai, and looking at this one, I look at Brian's team right off the bat. The number one thing I notice is he's got no quarterback for week 4. Jimmy G won't be available. He's got Dwayne Haskins as his other quarterback. So either he's going to have to give up on his future and pick up a quarterback, or either he just takes the L here and accepts it. But I do have myself winning this one just due to the simple fact that he doesn't have a quarterback and that I'm going to hopefully get a run going. Next up, we got Stuart and Likely Losers sitting at 2-1, taking on Matsky's Marauders 2-1. For Matthew, I'm looking at him. He's got Case Keenum as a signal caller. Had a tough game against the Bears, obviously, last week. For Likely Losers, what a character win that was last week, beating Lucas. We'll have to see how the stat corrections go, obviously, for that one. Still without Melvin Gordon, still without A.J. Green. Jeffrey will probably be out on this one. But I'm still finding Likely Losers to win this one in an upset. According to NFL.com, because NFL.com has Matsky's Marauders by 38, but I'm going Likely Losers in this one. Next up, I got Milan and Unnecessary Roughness taking on Sean and Philly Miracle Men. I think this is obviously a battle of 1 and 2 teams coming off tough losses, must win here, and I see Philly Miracle Men getting the must win. For Unnecessary Roughness, losing Saquon Barkley is a huge loss, and I think it's a loss that he's not going to be able to recover from in this one. NFL.com has this only 2-point win for Philly Miracle Men, but I think because of that injury, Philly Miracle Men will find a way. Next up, we got Lucas and Ninja Magic sitting at 1 and 2, taking on Justin and Ultimus Prime at 3 and 0. NFL.com actually has Lucas winning this one by 4, but I just don't see it. I see Justin and Ultimus Prime continuing his undefeated ways at 4 and 0. Lamar Jackson against the Browns. He's going to struggle, I think, against the Browns. But I think you're going to see DeAndre Hopkins have a huge game against Carolina for Ultimus Prime. The interesting thing to watch, though, for Ninja Magic will be Wayne Gallman now a starting running back for a bit. That might play a factor into this one, but I'm still going Ultimus Prime to win this one. Next up, I got Adrian and Orange Crush sitting at 1 and 2, taking on Matt, and stop looking at my Peterman at 1 and 2. Again, NFL.com has Peterman by 18, and I'm going against NFL.com again. I'm going to go with Orange Crush. I think Mahomes is going to have a big game in Detroit, as well as Rodgers on Thursday night against Philly, and I think those two guys are going to help take Adrian and the Orange Crush to a victory. Although, I look at the wide receiver matchup. Stop looking at my Peterman has much better wide receivers, which obviously will play a factor in this one. But I originally had Orange Crush, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go Orange Crush in this one, but I could very well be wrong in this one. I don't feel good about it. Next up, I got Life's a Mitch. He's sitting at 1 and 2, taking on Robert and the Illuminati 2 and 1. Robert having a pretty good year here in Dynasty, putting up a lot of points. He can thank Brady and Elliott for that, 2 guys on 2 legacy teams, getting it done for him. And now has Mason Rudolph as his second starter. Life's a Mitch, just not very good quarterbacks. Mariota and Trubisky, not the guys you want to lead your charge. And I don't think they lead the charge here. I got Robert and the Illuminati going 3 and 1 here. Next up, I got Susan Zebras 0 and 3, taking on Dusan and Sabatica Spartans. He's 2 and 1. NFL.com has Sabatica Spartans winning this one by 13. I'm going against NFL.com. Suze has been very unlucky so far this year trying to win games. I think this time she will win the game, but it's not going to come easy, that's for sure. I'll be interested to see how Daniel Jones does in week 2 for Sabatica Spartans. He might pay off for him. I'm going Suze. I originally had Suze, but I don't feel good about this one either. But I am going to stick with Suze. Next up, the last game of the week here, guys. It's Sven and Curly Lamborghini 2 and 1, taking on Chris and Vlad Jr. Crew 3 and 0. Curly Lamborghini, tough loss there against Ultimus Prime in the divisional game. Chris and Vlad Jr. Crew just keeps coming out and pounding out wins. And I also have them pounding out a win here. He's got a good balance of rookies for the future. Andy Dalton and Russell Wilson should lead the charge. Curly Lamborghini has Matt Breida on the bye. I think that's going to hurt him here. He can sub in Tony Pollard, though, so we'll see what happens there. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think Russell Wilson beats Kyler Murray as these two teams face each other, too. So that'll be an interesting quarterback battle to watch for these two. But I think Russell Wilson gets the better of Kyler Murray, and I think Vlad Jr. Crew gets the better of Curly Lamborghini. That's our Week 4 previews for Dynasty, guys. As I mentioned in the LOC, I will not do the Week 5 previews till Friday. I will do them for Dynasty as well. And looking forward to everyone having a good week, and hope you have a great week of fantasy. Talk to you later.